everyone, welcome to this update video this morning. I really hope you're doing great. So we're going to be looking at what is happening across the Caribbean. There is that blob just to the north of the Dominican Republic. So there's that trough of low pressure which is developing just as I expected, just as I've been talking about. And there is going to be more rain in parts of the Northern Caribbean today. So we're going to get into that, the wind forecast as well. And then, of course, last night there was an estimated magnitude 4 earthquake in Jamaica. So I made an update video shortly after the shaking. And at the time, it was estimated to be a magnitude 4.3. And the epicenter was thought to be inland Jamaica. However, based on some updates, this is from the USGS, the United States Geological Survey, and there is that star that is showing the epicenter of the quake. So the epicenter was just offshore Jamaica, and the quake was felt in many parishes. I've been seeing the comments from you guys on last night's video. Then here is a closer map showing where the epicenter was. So it was offshore and it was an estimated magnitude 4 shaken. Now it was a shallow earthquake at a depth of only 10 kilometers. And when earthquakes are shallow, it's more likely that they have been felt because they happen closer to the surface. But if they are very deep, it takes a while for that energy to really reach the surface. So when it is felt, it may not be as strong. But this earthquake was a shallow one. So again, estimated magnitude 4. It's been adjusted from what it was initially at as an estimated magnitude 4.3 earthquake. So that is the update regarding that. Again, there are so many fault lines running in and around Jamaica, through the Caribbean on a whole. So we are prone to these, and they're going to be happening from time to time. A lot of the moderate earthquakes that are, say, magnitude 4 or weaker than that. Now, as we take a look at going back to the infrared satellite imagery, some severe weather is across parts of the United States. I mean, it's that season now. And there we can see that blob of convection just north of Hispaniola. And then for Africa, it's getting pretty active. So we're going to have those tropical waves very soon. There are all those hints pointing towards that eventually happening. And over northern Colombia, a lot of convection, also showers, thunderstorms, and maybe even some very heavy rain in some spots. Let's go on to the rainfall forecast for the Caribbean here. Now, Euro is forecasting that we could see quite a bit of rain where that trough is lingering right now. So much of the rain is likely to be offshore the Dominican Republic. And I'm talking about very high totals here, probably up to 4, 5, 6, even higher rainfall amounts within the area. So again, the bulk of this is going to remain offshore. So for Hispaniola, though, there could be an additional inch of rain. Same thing for parts of Jamaica, eastern Cuba, the southern Bahamas, and the Turks and Caicos Islands, very close to where a lot of the associated activity with that trough will be. So in the Turks and Caicos Islands, you guys may get some periods of some very heavy rainfall today. And then heading to Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and through the Lesser Antilles, we're seeing some of those green shadings, some of those spots of yellows popping up as well. So the more color we see, the more rain is expected. It's likely that there will mostly be, or mainly be, those passing showers from the east. ABC Islands, not much color around, maybe a passing shower at the most, but it should be another sunny day. Winds will also be kicking up a bit, so it's going to be breezy. And then for Colombia, as we saw, there was a lot of activity in the north. But parts of Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana may experience some downpours and additional thunderstorms as we head through today. Next, we have Panama, Costa Rica. There could also be some heavy downpours in some spots for the rest of Central America, Nicaragua, some spots in Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, Belize, even Mexico. A few showers may be around, but may not be anything too significant. Cayman Islands, a whole lot of rainfall not expected today, really. Same thing for central and western Cuba, as well as the central and the northern Bahamas. For Florida, there could definitely be some shower activity as we head through today. Wind forecast. So just as how the more vibrant we saw those colors, it's a similar thing here. So as we see more of those shades of purples, blues popping up, those stronger winds are expected. So we can see that as we head through today in the Gulf of Mexico and also the Eastern Caribbean, the Lesser Antilles, ABC Islands, and eventually into later this evening, the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands, winds are going to be kicking up So some of those gusts could be up to 30 miles per hour or so. So it's going to get pretty breezy. But then for areas such as Hispaniola, Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, parts of Central America later this evening, it may not be so breezy at all, mostly on the tranquil side. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys. Again, there is that trough which is continuing to develop. Is going to make its way out to the northeast, so all of that shower and thunderstorm activity we saw has been consolidated into what we are seeing now. So this is not expected to develop into a tropical cyclone, because environmental conditions are still not highly conducive or conducive enough to allow for us to see development of this system. However, I'll continue to keep my eyes on it, and with all the additional rain expected in parts of the Northern Caribbean, Southern Bahamas, Turks and Caicos Islands, there may be flooding today as well, especially in those areas already so saturated because they've received a lot of rain. If there is more rain on top of that and the water really has nowhere to go, then there will likely be some inundation taking place. But I'll keep you guys posted as necessary, and that is what I wanted to share with you in this updates video. So I really do hope you found it to be very informative. But if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll respond to you when I get the chance to do so. And remember to always be weatherwise.